Hello. Yeah, well, I'm this back with another boxing. I decided not to call it a prediction round anymore because sometimes, I don't really want to make predictions. I mean, I don't want people to think that I run some kind of, prediction league here. I mean, I will call it my boxing run, and you could see my last video was called boxing run also, because I wanna make it more about me analyzing these fights and making a casual prediction what I expect to happen. And but I don't want this all to be all about predictions. So yeah. So this next weekend we have two major heavyweight fights, and let's say, well, the slightly smaller one in a way, even though I wouldn't call it that. I actually think it's a better fight, but that's how many would call it, I guess, and that is Dubois versus Hrgovic. So Daniel Dubois is taking on Filip Hrgovic. So this is Hrgovic's first, really major fight since he fought and won against Zhang. But this fight could really bring him, if he wins it, could really bring him a potential title fight next, Yeah. I think Hrgovic has been waiting a little even too long for this. And yeah. Daniel Dubois, he is a pretty solid contender, and he became the first guy to stop Jarrell Miller and beat him actually. Yeah, so he was coming off a knockout loss to Alexander Usyk before that. So he's still only 26, and he's got Hrgovic is an inch taller, but he's 5 years older also, 31. Also a major reach advantage for Hrgovic. Wow, I didn't know he had such a big reach, but I guess that's natural. He's got 82-inch reach, while Dubois has 78-inch reach. So Dubois' reach isn't that bigger than his height. So but still, despite being 31, Hrgovic hasn't been in many big fights or very challenging fights. The only one so far was, you can say, was the Zhang one, of course. Yeah. So he had quite many shaky moments, but he, emerged victorious. Some people thought it wasn't deserved. I thought it was, because he came back from being really badly cut and hurt and down, and pretty much took over the fight in the second half. And so this fight might go even the same. Dubois has definitely the power to hurt Hrgovic and put him down. And he's just Dubois is a really strong, hard-hitting guy, but on the downside, his chin might not be that great. I mean, well, his defense is the big issue here, I think. Yeah, I mean, just by the way Joyce was so easily able to land on him consistently with his jabs, yeah, that shows that he has a weak defense. Also, he got nearly taken out by a former cruiserweight who was just stepping up to heavyweight. Kevin Lerena was down 3 times. So, this fight is, I mean, whoever connects with the biggest punches, and who connects first will win. Obviously, that's how it works. I mean, Hrgovic, he is the kind of guy, if he doesn't score a knockout within 8 rounds, he will probably not score. I mean, he did win against recently Dempsey McKean in the 12th round, but that's because he was just, you know, pounding, and he was very slow coming off 1 year layoff. So but yeah, I mean, all of his or most of his knockouts have been coming in 3 rounds or two, or sometimes one. Yeah, he's got a lot of third round knockouts. I see here. Yeah, five and a few. Yeah, a couple of fifth round once. And Dubois, he actually has. Well, he stopped Miller in his last fight in the 10th round, and yeah. But he also doesn't have, yeah, most of his knockouts are like within 5 rounds. Many are, in the early rounds. So, yeah, but I don't think he can just knock out Hrgovic like that. Hrgovic has a chin. He proved that against Zhang, and he's got composure, the mental aspect, because many people would have just, probably crumbled, against the giant who hits so hard like Zhang after being hurt and down and cut badly. Many would have even quit, I think. But he kept on going, and that shows his mental as well as mental strength and physical. I mean, his chin and everything, his composure. So therefore, I give Hrgovic a little better chance to win here. I mean, anything can happen, but I mean, yeah, he he's a better fighter overall, I would say, than Dubois. Dubois can really hit, as I said, hard, but so can Hrgovic. And Hrgovic is a little better to put his punches together and land those punches as well. And he's got good timing and all that. And yeah, so. But it will be a good fight, yeah, I reckon. It will be. It will last probably, at least I expect it to last at least 8 rounds, or yeah, 7 or 8 rounds. So yeah, I think Hrgovic will win most likely. And as I said, if he doesn't manage to stop Dubois within 8 rounds or maybe 9, I think that it will go to the scorecards. The both guys will tire and start holding and hugging and so yeah, I think that's how it will go most likely. All right, and then moving on to the other big fight, which was Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. So yeah, you know these people. His name is not Zhang, it's Zhang. All right, Zhang. Z and H is Zhe in Chinese. Well, yeah, I mean, this fight is between one guy who is, on the slide, Wilder, versus a guy who is already in an advanced age, but is fresher of the two still. That's, of course, Zhang. So Zhang is a southpaw while Wilder is not, and that might also make it more difficult for Deontay Wilder. And Wilder has only won one fight out of the last four, and that fight was kind of suspicious. People thought the knockout in the first round over Robert Helenius, who is a former sparring partner of Wilder and a friend also. So, yeah, other than that, Wilder hasn't shown anything that will convince us. He's still got a place among the elite level heavyweights. that he can still do something, you know. And yeah, I mean, of course, he's still got the power, but how effective is that power if you really don't throw like he did against Parker? He barely threw anything in the whole fight. He was really dominated, you know, and yeah, just looked poor, and his legs were so skinny. And yeah, he should just pile up some weight, you know, and that way he will be easier able to knock out. But you know, Zhang has got a great chin, really great chin, you know. I mean, I know Hrgovic, everything he landed pretty much on him just bounced off. See, to bounce off his chin, and yeah, but he can tire. Yeah, that's his problem. He tires after a while, you know. He tires if he doesn't score a knockout. I mean, like almost all of his knockouts are, you know, came within like 6 rounds. Many of them in first three, and yeah. I mean, I think only Joyce that fight went. I mean, was a sixth round knockout TKO. And I see Andrei Rudenko also went the distance but lost to him. But before that, yeah, he scored many first round knockouts, and Zhang, yeah, his only problem is Joseph Parker fight exposed, and also Hrgovic fight. He's not really a boxer. He can't box, and he just seemed very like, I don't know. In that Parker fight, he was too hesitant to throw for some reason. I mean, I think he was trying to score a first round knockout, and that's the problem. I mean, sorry, not first, but a one punch knockout. If you do that and can't do it, then, you know, people who are knockout artists, when they cannot score a knockout, they lose usually. That's how it is. Unless they score enough knockdowns and stuff to get a decision, and yeah, that way. But yeah, I mean, even though he put Parker down twice, he wasn't able to really dominate him, and was outboxed for the rest of the fight. And Parker now, I mean, that's what these two guys have in common. They have both recently lost to Joseph Parker, but Wilder was really dominated. I mean, he really looked nowhere in the fight. I mean, I don't even know how two of the judges gave him 2 rounds. I mean, I don't think he earned any, even one. But you know, he still got the power, as I said, and if he connects, he can knock out, of course, John. He can, and yeah, but I don't think that's very likely to happen. I mean, Zhang, we don't know if he can even get knocked out. Not by one punch, probably not. Yeah, he hasn't been down yet, and he's just a very strong man, very tough. And but the problem is that he is also very slow and very big, and while Wilder still is a more athletic guy of the two, but yeah, his best days are clearly past him, and he looks like a shot fighter, as they say, not just washed up but shot. Yeah, so I think Zhang will get him out of there probably, like in maybe even 3 rounds, 4, 5. I don't think it will go past fifth round, probably not. And after this, Wilder, I reckon, will retire. Unless he should somehow miraculously pull off a knockout. There are the chances there, but it's not big. I would say like between 10-15% chance for him to pull off the knockout. So yeah, 85% at least is on Zhang's side. So yeah, I mean that would be pretty much it. I mean, Dmitry Bivol is fighting an unbeaten guy from Libya. Also, I know Malik Zinat this same weekend, but yeah, I don't want to. I will not be talking about that fight because I know that Zinat is a puncher, and but there isn't much to say. He will likely be just outboxed like pretty much everybody else and dominate. Yeah. So that was this time for this round. I mean, all right. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye.